The Boys Season 3 Episode 4 came with twists and turns, so sit back, relax, kick up, and let's go talk about it. Hello beautiful humans, welcome back to Kick Up Flicks. My name is Chris D and I hope you are having a fantastic day today. The Boys Episode 4 is coming with twists and turns. Sides are being made on both teams and there is a fracture in them, and there's eventually going to be a coup of some sort, I believe, or that's what I'm gonna come up with because everybody a little bit mad right now. Fealty literally goes with the wind in this episode, so you really don't know who to trust or when to trust somebody, and that is like really great. It's almost kind of like Game of Thrones-esque, but it's not Game of Thrones. It's with superheroes and powers and stuff like that, so I think that's pretty cool. And one thing that is really great about this episode, nothing happens without cause and effect. You won't see something happen and nothing really causes it. No one's just getting mad just because they're getting mad. People are getting mad because other people are doing something to them to make them feel that certain way, and that's what is so great. Regardless if they're happy or sad or lost or feel like they're losing power, or if they want power, there is something there that someone wants, and everyone has a clear and concise goal of what they want, and they're going to go get it. And that is also another thing. Family is being sacrificed and turned against each other, and will family survive the outcome? Or if they don't, how will that change? Who will be recognized at the end of this season? I don't know, and I don't know if everyone's going to survive, because it looks like at some point in time we might end up losing a major character. I don't know. That's just kind of my idea. If you think that same thing, please let me know down in the comments. And the best part is everyone is willing to make sure that the cards fall into their hand, and they're willing to risk everything to make sure it happens. So that is everything I can say about non-spoilers. So we're going to jump into spoilers, and we're going to start off with great old Homelander, who is literally a powerhouse this episode, a literally fearing, dominant monster that is trying to control everybody. And on top of that, he has the backing of a few people, and Edgar is literally not feeling it at all, especially after Vicky turned against Edgar because of what Homelander did. Now, I don't know if it was a fear tactic, I don't know if it was an information tactic, but whatever the case is, I don't know who can be trusted. Edgar, I could never trust Edgar, and I love that fact, just for the simple fact is that he is also a family man, and at the same time a person who needs leverage against anybody just in case things go south toward him. But I think this episode he kind of got caught off guard, which was expected. It showed vulnerability, and it also concurs with what I said last episode about him having a vulnerability with Vicky, and that's exactly what it was. But I was not expecting Homelander to take advantage of that at all. And how he left Starlight a message at the end of the episode literally dumbfounded me. I was sitting there going, no, you just did not do this. But at the same time, he's not threatening her. He's threatening every one of her loved ones and leaving a message behind saying, I don't need to take you out. There is nothing you can do that can actually hurt me, but I will hurt everybody else if you don't obey exactly what I do. So she really has no choice at this point in time. And on top of that, Homelander has like these little followers. A-Train, he is literally at the end of his time at the 7. He's in the gutter. He can't even run no more. He barely, I mean, yes, he still has powers, but his heart can't take it anymore for taking Compound V. So who knows what's going to end up happening with him. All I know is the reason why he betrayed Starlight was for the simple fact is he didn't want to take no kind of BS from the Deep, and that is just, in my opinion, stupid. Because what does the Deep matter anyways? He's super weak. You punched him literally in the, in the rib, and he was like down and out just because he has gills. You would think that if you had on a superhero costume that it would be more protected in that area if it is so sensitive. Now, don't think I'm getting mad. I just, he's a rat and he's just ratting people out just to make sure he stays on top or stays valuable to Homelander, but I don't even think that's going to end up working. Now, moving on from the Deep and A-Train, I'm going to have to go a little bit toward the light, which is Starlight, and guess what? She is doing a fantastic job trying to build a secret team to eventually fight Homelander, because I think if you get enough heroes, you could slow him down and stop and use a deadly weapon against him, or either that, I don't know what you're going to need, but you're going to need like a freight train, a nuke, and a whole entire world to crash into his body to make sure he dies. Because I don't know how invincible he is, but at the present time, there's not a weapon on the face of this earth that, as far as we know, that can kill Homelander until old age. But who knows how old these people can survive. Now, Maeve is the surprise one for me in this episode, because she has been practicing in her martial arts. Not only that, she has stopped drinking, she has changed her ways, she gives out false information, and then she gave out the information to Butcher to make him go on this, hunt for a weapon that could potentially stop Homelander, which is, in my opinion, seriously great. The fact that she's been doing everything and Homelander doesn't have a single clue of what's happening shows her experience. And it is really good to see someone actually settle back and say, hey, it's time for me to correct the mistakes that I made or that I was a part of. And I respect that, and I give it to her. Go, Maeve, and I can't wait to see how far you go. Butcher, on the other hand, did a surprising turn. Yes, I am so used to seeing him sacrifice everyone and everything to anyone at the same exact time, but let me tell you something. I did not expect him to get addicted to V24, that new compound V that they created, and he is, addicted. I would be too, to be honest. If you can tell me that I could take a shot and for 24 hours I could have the same powers or a power of a soup, but it just so happens he has the same exact powers as none other than Homelander. He gets to feel what Homelander feels. He gets to be on top of the world, and he loves it. You saw when he was getting shot, that smile on his face. He didn't care about his team at that point in time. He cared that they were in a bad position and they potentially could have died. But when he brought himself out there, it wasn't for protection. It was like, yeah, there's nothing you can do to hurt me right now. And with Butcher making that decision, really turned his team against him. Now, another person who is very similar to him, and it was very shocking to see, was Hughie in this episode. Man, this dude has some balls on him, I'll be honest. I mean, to steal from Butcher and then take V24 for himself and give himself some powers because he felt lost and hopeless. I don't know how much teleportation is really going to help him, but at the same exact time, he can teleport far, but Homelander could probably fly faster than he can teleport. So until he gets control of these powers, I don't know if he's going to continue taking it, but it does also at the same exact time change his personality. So it's not the Hughie that we actually recognize. And I wonder how Starlight's actually going to see that as well, because his whole entire personality changes. Yes, I understand that he's tired of feeling helpless. Yes, I understand that he wants to eventually help Starlight do the right thing and protect her, but he can't. He's just a regular human. And even with this compound V24, he's not going to do much against Homelander. There's nothing actually he can do. Maybe he could take a hit and get thrown through a wall, but that's literally just about it. He's pretty much a glorified teleporting punching bag. Good on you, Hughie. I'm really happy. Frenchie and Kimiko, oh man, they have a little star for me in this episode. I love how their relationship, they are working on it, and they're trying to eventually get away because they're tired of being used by tools, by Butcher and Nina, and they're just, they're not their killers. They're not their hate being pawns, because that's exactly what they are in this episode. They are pawns, and they are put in their place because primarily that's the position that they, brought themselves into. And I think it would be smart for them to go after this if they actually end up doing it, because I know they're pretty much upset and they're getting ready to start this coup. But Mother's Milk is not very far behind, especially after Butcher took, V24 and Hughie at the same exact time. So since they're two of the same coin, that is not what Mother's Milk even signed up for to begin with. So I don't know if he's going to stay or if he's just done to begin with, because he found exactly who he's looking for. Because guess who is alive? Soldier Boy. And I wonder how they're going to capture him, because I think that fire or whatever came out of his chest or whatever they did to Soldier Boy, I don't know how they did it, or how they changed him, if they even did change him, or if that was his power just to begin with. But to be honest, I was shocked to see that fireball come out his chest, hit Kimiko, and then she couldn't heal after that. So that is a huge twist in the whole entire game. And not only that, but I hope the super rat, or super, whatever that was, that little animal, was very cute and cuddly and had, pretty much superhero powers the same as Homelander. I hope that really does stick around, because that was very much enjoyable to see. And you notice how they didn't go back. I wonder if it got away or flew away. I mean, who knows what happens, but I guarantee you that super gerbil don't make it in life. Other shocking things that we did learn in this episode is A-Train passing the information about the Nazi and the Deep passing the information about what happened on the airplane. Those are really shocking revelations that we found out from the previous episodes, and it's really good that they filled us in because I kind of wondered how all that information got leaked out anyways, but it's really good that they just kind of brought it up on the spur of the moment and they just kind of left it there and moved on. I think that was really great and really smooth and a really good lesson to show everybody how good writing can sometimes be, like really good writing. Other than that, I cannot end this episode without giving the props to the prop masters. I will tell you this right now, they are very talented people. I mean, to have the blood, exploding bodies, the CGI that goes along with it, the costume making, you know, the damages, or, you know, just how they make everything look so real. Makeup artists, the designers, stage, everything is really phenomenal. So please don't forget about them, that there is a whole group of people working in the background that are trying to make the show look as good. And no, this show is not for everybody, I get it, but for those of you who do enjoy it, please don't forget about them because they are doing a fantastic job. I hope they get another season so I can see more of their talent, because that's also what I see when I watch this show. I see wonderful actors portraying their wonderful roles, and I see talented people who can put a world together to make you forget about the world that we're actually in temporarily and suspend you in this imagination and disbelief for an hour and keep you truly engaged. And I think that is just phenomenal work every single time I watch a movie or a TV show. So don't forget them, remember their names if you want to look them up, and yeah, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, hit that like button because it does help me out with that YouTube algorithm, and don't forget to click that bell notification so you won't miss anything. And most importantly, don't forget to kick up and not down, and I'll see you the next time I post a piece.